Hello, thank you for watching this video. Today I'm going to talk about why I ended up preferring the iPhone 14 over the Samsung S22. And I've been using iPhones for the past several years. I used an iPhone 6s Plus for several years and started to get to the point where they weren't going to support the 6s Plus anymore with software updates, so we upgraded to the iPhone SE 2020 version, and that was great. Worked great. The 6s Plus worked great. The iPhone SE worked great. Had that for a couple of years, and actually got that for free through the contract. And then recently there was a trade-in deal, so I thought, you know what, I might switch to the Samsung S22 Plus. Try that one. I've heard a lot of good things, and almost within several days I realized I was gonna switch back to the iPhone 14, and so here's some reasons why. And many of you may like the Samsung S22, S22 Plus. I believe there are some great benefits, but these are just my reasons why I ended up sticking with iPhone. Number one, the Retina screens. For some reason, one of the things that this was probably the deal breaker for me. I got the phone set up, it was great. One of the things I noticed is after I would look at the Samsung S22 Plus screen for like any amount of time, like 5 minutes, like when I'd look up, things would be blurry, and I was like, wow, this is weird. I hope this isn't damaging my eyes or my vision. And it kind of concerned me. So one could say that, well, you know, the Samsung S22 Plus has that 6.6 inch flat FHD plus dynamic AMOLED 2x Infinity O display, 2340 by 1080, 393 pixels per inch. It's HDR10 plus certified with 120 Hz refresh rate. The iPhone 14 has a Super Retina XDR display, 6.1 inch all-screen OLED display, 2532 by 1170 pixel resolution at 460 pixels per inch. So these are just the technical details, but at the end of the day, if one screen hurts your eyes and leaves you feeling, you know, like, man, stuff is blurry, like I can't even look at this phone, and another phone's like, I can look at this phone all day and not have any issues, you know, which one are you gonna choose? So fortunately for me, there was an easy return, and yeah, so that would be the first thing. The screen, that was the biggest issue for me, the screen. Number two, FaceID works better with the iPhone 14, works great even in the dark. You know, especially like, say it's dark in the morning, you're driving, you need your Google Maps to work. It's great. You know, I had issues with the Samsung where it wouldn't detect my face. The touch screen or the Touch ID didn't work all the time. I had to keep pressing it. I even set up my fingerprints multiple times. Just stuff like that. It was like I'd test out, you know, oh, it's working, and then it wouldn't work when I needed it to. So it seemed like it wasn't as responsive, where the iPhone 14 is works super great at picking up my face, and it just works. It's just really efficient. Next point, the headphones are better. So since I've been using iPhones for the past several years, obviously we have the Lightning headphones, and they work great. So when I switched to the Samsung S22 Plus, had to get some USB-C headphones, so I got some. I think they were AVG, like the Samsung brand, and yeah, they were terrible. Like when someone would be talking, there'd be like a bunch of loud static, and then when they stopped talking, it'd be super silent. Then when there's sound again, like it's super staticky. And I looked online, and a couple other people said the same thing, and it's like, I'm not gonna keep sinking money into this thing. Like, and then I read all this stuff about how USB-C audio has a bunch of problems, and maybe you have headphones that work. You might ask, why do you even use wired headphones? Just use Bluetooth, and I'll get to that. But I like wired headphones. It's just a personal preference. And so that was another thing that bugged me, the sound quality of the headphones. And on one of the forums, there's like a little fix, like if you just download this app or just customize this setting, it helps. That's another thing I noticed about a lot of the Samsung features. Like a lot of it's, download this, you need this app to fix that issue, and whereas the iPhone just works. And like I don't have all day to sit around and deal with this stuff. I just want something that works. And some people might want something where you can kind of customize and do things like that. But for me, like I have a lot of other stuff going on. I just need something that works, and I just it's just a tool for me to use. The next one is iMessage. So when I got the Samsung S22, I had to deregister from iMessage because I wasn't getting text messages, and that was a whole process. Also, I noticed even after I deregistered from iMessage, sometimes I wasn't getting messages, so I had to go on the App Store and pick out the correct messaging app. And so I just found that kind of odd that I would have to go and do that myself and figure that out on my own, whereas I just figured it would work out of the box. Next would be most of my friends and family are in the Apple environment, so it's like things like AirDrop. It's just easier, so why would I? It's just another reason to switch. Next, random Wi-Fi issues. So on the S22 Plus, another thing I noticed, one day I was connecting to, I connected to Wi-Fi. I was on cellular data and I connected to Wi-Fi, and as soon as I connected to Wi-Fi, like two other devices that were hardwired in to my modem router combo, they both lost internet. So just that is like, what's going on? It's like I don't have any static IP set, so it's just kind of weird. And again, another thing I don't want to deal with. I just want something that works. And the whole time with iPhones, I never had anything like that happen. Next, notifications and alerts only come through Bluetooth. So like since it didn't have a headphone jack, and this was before I got the USB-C headphones, I had my Bluetooth headphones in, and I noticed I wasn't getting, like, if people texted me, it would come through the Bluetooth headphones. So you could miss messages, notifications, because they're only coming through the Bluetooth. And then of course you read online and you find out, it's some setting or some app you have to download to fix that. It's like just another thing that you have to spend time on and customize to get it to work the way you want. And that was also an inconvenience because like the whole point of the phone is to get notifications, respond to people. So what's the point of the phone if you're missing all the notifications and all that? Next, the Samsung S22 is super heavy, so like just sitting in your phone. Some people might say, well, that doesn't matter, but when you compare the two, this one, the S22 Plus, feels like a heavy weight of brick. And then like when I picked up the iPhone 14, I was like, wow, this is awesome, because it's super light and it works great. Next, Samsung, some of the apps are just clunky, and I'm not sure if that's a Samsung issue or an Android issue versus Apple apps, but like some of the apps, like when you scroll through it, it like be like laggy as you scroll, and you know, you close, reopen it, reboot, it's still like, it's just like clunky is the word that comes to mind. Whereas the same app on the iPhone 14 scrolls perfectly smooth, nice and smooth. So it's like, that was another thing. Another thing that was kind of a deal breaker was on the S22 Plus, you couldn't turn off 5G. There were some things that said, yeah, and of course, you know, you download this app, you can turn it off, but like on the iPhone 14, that option is there. So just the fact that it's not there on the S22 Plus was, I didn't like that. The fact that you couldn't turn it off. So that was another thing. And then the typing with is better on the iPhones. There's even a setting to adjust on the Android, the Samsung S22, that if you have a screen cover on, you know, it makes it more responsive, and it did. It helped a little bit, but it's still like when I went from using the S22 Plus to switching to the iPhone 14, like it's just it's just so much faster. Maybe that's just because I was used to it, but that was another thing. Just typing was a lot easier. I noticed it typed the wrong keys, and it was probably because I was used to iPhones, but that was just another thing for me. Next, FaceTime. So if all your friends and family are using FaceTime, it's like, well, that's really convenient, and you just hit the button and go. And it's a really great video messaging app. Whereas if you have the S22 Plus and your family's on the Apple ecosystem, then it's like, well, everyone now needs to download Google Duo or whatever app you want to use, and we had done that in the past when my wife had a Pixel, and it works, but it's just another thing where, you know, you need other people to do something in order to get it to work with your phone. And so all those things combined are really what caused me to switch back to iPhone. But the main thing for me was basically the screen. I can look at the Apple iPhone 14 screen all day and not have any issues. And even had the blue light screen protectors on both of them. So there's just something about the screens. Apple screens are easier on my eyes. And that would be the big one for me. Basically the screen. And then the fact that most of the stuff just works and I don't have to think about it. I can focus on the things that the rest of the things that I'm trying to do in life, and not have to worry about getting bogged down at every little step, some other random customization that I need to spend time on to get the phone to work the way I want it to. I don't have to worry about that with iPhone 14. So those are my thoughts, And I hope this helps someone, because no one really mentioned that when I was looking at reviews. I did see a couple negative. I read through a bunch of reviews before purchasing the S22 Plus, and I still decided to try it out. But yeah, other than that, the camera on the S22 Plus is really good. I would say that's the best thing about it. The camera is really nice. But I mean, the iPhone 14 camera is really good too. So I mean, at the end of the day, if the camera is the only thing that wins, then you know. But those are my thoughts, and maybe in the future, I might try a different Android phone out, like LG, or if LG is still making phones in the future, or something else. But for now, that's what I found. iPhones are just more efficient for me, and I just like them. They're easy on the eyes. So anyways, have a good day, and I hope you learned something, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.